Better. Good evening, my Facebook family. How are you? Dr. Renee here. I wanted to pop on tonight and do this live video because I did one similar on Instagram yesterday and I've got a lot of great feedback and a lot of people watching it, and so I shared it there, and I just want to share some information with you guys too, because y'all know I'm here to share my knowledge and help you any way I can live a better, happier, and healthier life. So what did I title this? Something about why you can't lose weight, right? So there are other things. So we're all conditioned to think calories in, calories out, easy peasy, like cut the calories and it's going to be so easy to lose weight. But I don't always see that in people. In the past I have competed, I have cut calories drastically, I have lost weight, but then there's been times I've plateaued and I've struggled and I've bloated, and there were other things going on that I realized after the fact. And when I was in competition prep, I didn't think of these kind of things because I only have my eye on the prize and one thing I was thinking of. But now, as a functional medicine doc, there are certain things that I have to consider when someone works with me and has either difficulty losing weight or they plateau. Okay, so yes, one simple way to lose weight: you cut your calories. Hopefully you don't cut particular food groups. Sometimes people do. Hopefully you don't hear my Instapot in the background, but keto, I'm not for a low-fat, high-carb diet. I do believe we need fats in our diets. I think fats have gotten a bad rap in the past. Hey, Angela. And at the expense of, our food industry making a ton of money saying that fat is bad, eat all these fat-free foods which are high in carbs and artificial sugars and highly processed, which is not a good thing. So there's that, okay? So yes, sometimes you can cut calories and get the job done. But, so here's the other subset of people that I see. Okay, I've cut the calories, I've lost some weight, but I've plateaued. So there are certain other things you have to think of, especially if you are feeling extremely bloated in the middle, like you just feel like puffy, like quote unquote inflamed. Think of, first and foremost, a food sensitivity. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Dr. Renee, I went to my doctor and they did all this allergy testing on my back and I'm not sensitive to anything. Well, this is a different type of sensitivity. So in the past, when I have done sensitivity testing for food, I do it on my clients, but when I have personally done it, I have found that I become sensitive to foods that I eat a lot. So for instance, when I was in my diet modes, eating the same types of food all day, every day, including spinach, that was one thing that I was sensitive to in the past. I was eating spinach for breakfast. I was eating spinach for lunch, and I was probably having it for dinner too because I love spinach, right? But because I didn't vary my nutrition, there's a fly in here, I developed a sensitivity. I was sensitive to coffee, and I had coffee every morning. So what happens is when you're sensitive to a certain type of food and you continue to consume it, your gut gets inflamed, okay? Other things can happen. I won't even get into it in this video as far as leaky gut. But basically what you do is you just think of a tissue that's inflamed. Think of an injury. What happens when you have an injury? This fly is going to torture me. When you have an injury and you have inflammation, things are swollen, right? So the same thing happens in your gut and in your body when you are sensitive to a food that you continue to consume. And many times, I'm telling you right now, it's not just one food, it's many. So when I work with my clients, we do food sensitivity testing, which tries to pinpoint exactly what foods they're sensitive to. And it's not to say that you are going to cut out these foods for the rest of your life. No. There are certain parameters that we use as far as how long you should cut out so you can pretty much just reset your body and retest your body, okay? In the state of New York, so I'm sorry, New York residents, there aren't a ton of food sensitivity testing that we can do. There is one that I used to recommend, and actually you can just get it yourself through Amazon. It's not the best test, but it's all we had. If you were out of the state of New York, we can actually get different testing done. And actually, I have had to leave the state to do a lot of these tests because you can't do them in New York, so I'm sorry. When I was practicing in my office, I would actually oftentimes either recommend this other test or have people do an elimination diet. So that's the other option if you think it could be a certain type of food. The problem with that is you're going to eliminate the things that are most commonly allergenic. What are those? We hear these all the time. Gluten, dairy, soy, nightshades, nuts. But what happens when there's people like me who spinach is not on that list, but I was sensitive to spinach. So I may have eliminated all these other food groups, which is essentially a diet, an elimination diet, to not eliminate the one thing that was really one of the things that was causing my problems. Okay, so you have to think, okay, so I plateaued or I can't lose weight. If you're really being honest with yourself and you're really not going overboard with portions, because guys, number one, if you're overeating portions, there you go. If you're overeating a macronutrient, if you're overeating carbs and fat and protein, you're gonna either lose weight or not lose weight, gain weight or not lose weight, okay? So we gotta be sensible about this whole picture. If you're saying, really, Renee, I've calculated how many calories I should be eating, I'm having a balanced macronutrient diet, meaning balanced across the board with my carbs, my fats, and my protein, and I still can't lose weight. These are the things I'm talking about, okay? So think, okay, is it something I'm eating? Maybe I'm eating all the time. So I can't do elimination diet, Renee, and I can't do the food sensitivity testing. Try to vary your diet. That's the biggest tip I can give you, because what I found from the 2 times that I've done testing is it's that food that I love and I eat a lot of. And it's really good for our bodies to see the different types of food, different veggies, different fruits, different meats. Obviously try to cut out, I'm going to preach, let me preach for a second, the processed foods. Stick to whole foods if you can. Stick to the 80-20 rule, 80% whole foods, meaning go home, open a package of the sweet potatoes and the veggies and the protein. Don't get it out of a package of it all together with that fancy sauce that makes life so easy, because that's killing us all. Okay, so 80% whole food, meaning you make it at home. It's not out of open the package, pour it in a dish and heat it up and dinner is served, okay? Because that's really not good for us. If it has ideally less than 5 ingredients, if it's something that's packaged and processed, that is good. Hopefully you can read all the ingredients, okay? So just think of, okay, so I can't do the testing, I can't do the elimination diet. Try to vary your nutrition as best you can, okay? Because again, food sensitivity leads to inflammation, leads to water retention and inability. Basically, your body's just like inflamed all the time. Number 2, toxicities. So we throw the word toxicities around a lot. And what people don't think of is there's a lot of ways of getting toxicities in our body. There's heavy metals, and people are like, oh, we don't get heavy metals in our body. Of course we do. They're all around us. Cadmium, lead, mercury, all around us, guys. It might be in your fillings in your mouth. They lead to toxicity in your body. They disrupt your hormones, your thyroid, your adrenals, your female and your male hormones. And they make it really hard for you to lose weight, okay? When your body is like trying to detox and trying to like neutralize these toxins in your body that you're exposed to every day, the last thing on its list is gonna be to lose weight, okay? Number 2, that dang fly is still around here. Number 2, you gotta think of food toxicities, pesticides. So eat organic when you can. I'm not saying organic is perfect. There are still pesticides on organic foods, but there's less, okay? So Dr. Renee, I can't eat all organic, it's too expensive. I get that. So here's my tip for you. You're gonna eat organic, eat eggs that are organic. Ideally, my Instant Pot's gonna go off. Ideally, locally grown, grass-fed, support your local farmers. Where they're grown, I'm not grown. Chickens are raised. Buy from those farmers, right? Because those are happy chickens that are going to have healthy eggs. They're going to be higher in something called omega-3 fatty acids, which are healthy for you. I'm not going to get into that either, but organic, grass-fed, happy chickens lay the best eggs. Organic meats, guys. I'm not going to go any far into the meats because I can go on forever about meats, but organic meats are desirable. And then look up the Environmental Working Group. And I did an entire video on this not too long ago. A great free resource, Environmental Working Group, ewg.org. Look up their Dirty Dozen. They have a list of the fruits and veggies that you really should buy organic, okay? And they change. So make sure that someone else just like my IGTV, same subject from yesterday. So see, this information is needed out there. Anyhow, eat organic when you can. If not, meats, eggs, and refer to the environmental working groups, Dirty Dozen, and do your best with everything else. And that's not organic, wash it well, okay? And then you got to think of environmental toxins. And, you know, I have right next to me and something that's detoxing the air around me, because you can all say, oh, there's nothing around me. Sure, those that over there, my daughter's sitting on one of the couches that's probably expelling some toxins and VOCs into the environment, into the room. We don't have any fresh paint. I don't have any candles burning. But like, there's certain things that you have to think of that could be contributing to the allergens in your environment, in your water, toxicities in your water. So again, you know, you can Google your local. I've done it for Cooperstown, ewg.org. I put in 13326, looked up the contaminants in our water, looked for a water filtration system that I'm gonna get. That's the last thing on my list to get to detox, like to take the toxins out of my water. So like wherever you can combat the toxins in your life, ladies, on our bodies, men too, but ladies more so. I think it's estimated that we put on like 150 toxins a day between our makeup, our lotions. That is all impairing our ability to detox, our ability to just handle, just for our body. I mean, the last thing your body's going to do if it's like combating all these toxins between our environment, our water, and what we're putting on our body, is it's not going to want to lose weight. Okay, so try to cut down on the phthalates, the parabens, everything in your beauty products, as toxin free as you can. Now, I know we can't live in a bubble, guys. I'm not on here to preach living in a bubble, but try to figure out where you can cut down on any of these or all of these to try to figure out, like, why am I not losing weight? Why have I plateaued and can't lose weight any further? And so all those toxins can disrupt your hormones, which make it harder for you to lose weight. And the last thing I want to talk about is stress. So if all else fails, guys, say, okay, Dr. Renee, I'm watching my portions, I'm eating organic, I'm varying my diet, or I got food sensitivity testing, and I've eliminated the foods forever long that the provider said to eliminate, and then I've reintroduced. I still can't lose weight, or I've plateaued again. You got to think of stress, guys. The last thing your body wants to do if it's stressed, and that includes those of you that are out there severely calorie restricting your food. Like if you're down to like under 1,000 calories, your 700 calorie diet, which I'm not going to say anything, but I'm not going to go there. But 700 calorie diets, because you're desperate to lose weight, your body, you might lose weight. I'm telling you right now, you're going to lose weight. But your body's going to start freaking out. Your thyroid's going to get disrupted. Your adrenals are going to be out of whack. And you're going to stall on your weight loss. Or when you start eating again, you're going to gain weight, a lot of it. Because your body gets to a point where it's freaking out. It's like, she's trying to kill me. She's literally starving me. My thyroid's going to get a little disrupted. There's certain things with your thyroid that we look at. And I'm going to hold on to the weight for self-preservation. If I'm a woman, I'm going to stop having my period, because the last thing you want to do if you're not healthy is have a baby. Your body's just trying to protect you. And if you're thinking of getting pregnant, you should optimally detox your body prior to considering getting pregnant, because if I had known half the stuff I know now before conceiving my twins, they're healthy kids, but I would have done things a lot differently. I'm telling you right now. And number two, I would have made sure that my stress was a lot more well controlled while I was pregnant for them, because the mama's health has a huge impact on the baby, the growing fetus, and the baby after delivery. So, when you thought of everything else, just think of stress. Think like, is there another reason? Am I overly stressed? Is my job? Is my family life? Like, where can I cut down on my stress, and how can I manage my stress? Okay. And guys, I have something super exciting coming out that I was working on in August, that I tabled when I started my functional medicine consulting business, that I have brought out again to release to the public, and I'm going to be launching that soon. So I'm going to drop, if you've made it this far, I'm going to drop the link in the comments below. If you want to be first on the list to find out what it is and get first access to it, I would click the link and get in on this. So it's going to be good. I've really taken it down like to the basics. If you want to get healthy, you need to be in this thing coming out soon, because it's going to start changing lives. And you know what I found is I'm up here on a lot of things, and I need to meet some people down here because they're not really ready to come up here yet. Okay. So, and I'm going to get those people that are down here up here before you know it. So come join me. I'm going to drop the link below, sign up, and be the first in the know to what is coming out very soon. Okay, guys, I love you. Happy Friday. Friday. Gosh, I guess I want a Friday. Happy Wednesday. And I'll talk to you guys. Oh gosh, you just said Thursday. I don't even know what day of the week it is. All I know is I'm out here spreading the love and sharing the information. So I love you guys. Happy Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon.